Welcome back, Geekmas continues. Today's video is an anti-haul, and some of this stuff on my list I am like really not that interested in. A couple things seem nice, but I don't really want to buy anyway, so I figure, hey, let's do an anti-haul. If you are new, please subscribe. I am uploading every day in December. You can check out the Geekmas playlist for the rest of the videos, and let's get into this anti-haul. First up is the Tarte Sculpt tape. This is $35, and it's one of those squeezy tube packaging, like cream bronzer basically. And people were like, oh, it's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, which maybe, but I'm sorry, Charlotte Tilbury is not the first brand that came out with a liquid bronzer in like a squeezy tube. I don't really know why people are saying that that is that unique that Tarte is now duping it. I don't know, whatever. I don't want to buy it anyway. I don't like this type of squeezy tube packaging. I really don't. I actually did have one of these Charlotte Tilbury light wands that came in that packaging, and it was so messy. It would like leak out that little sponge tip. So no thank you. I would rather have a stick cream bronzer or one in a compact like the Fenty, but I'm gonna say that as far as cream bronzers go, definitely like the stick bronzer, like the Rare Beauty one and lots of other ones. That's what I prefer. This next thing is so ridiculous. It's the new Valentino Collection. It's a powder, a lipstick. There's like a chain on the powder. This is well over $200, and I get it that Valentino is a designer brand and all of that. $200 for like a face powder with a chain on it. I don't know. I would rather buy accessories or something like that. I don't need my makeup to be like a little purse or something. I don't know. I am just like not into that. I'm willing to spend more on makeup, especially eyeshadow palettes that are really good quality, that I think are adding something different to my collection, like Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona. But this whole like ridiculous designer trend, I don't know. I'm not against designer things, but if I'm gonna spend that type of money, I would rather spend it on like an accessory, purse, shoes, something that I'm gonna wear for a long time, not a makeup product that's gonna expire. Okay, next up is the new NYX Bear With Me Blur Tint, like foundation type thing. So I admit when I first saw this, I really liked the campaign. It was inclusive. It seems like a good shade range. And I'm like, ooh, new drugstore foundation. I really wanna try this. But then I started thinking about it and I'm not too sure. NYX has been hit or miss with me for complexion products. So they had the Bear With Me like tinted moisturizer, which I really, really liked. It was fantastic, but they discontinued that. I don't know why. I really liked that formula. So I feel like they discontinue their complexion products a lot, which to me is not the most practical because those are the things we run out of. So if you find a foundation you love, you probably want to repurchase it. So that turned me off that they discontinued the product, which I liked. And then they had another foundation that I once tried many years ago. That was like the Stay Matte Not Flat foundation. It was the worst foundation I've ever tried. It was so matte, but like separating. And I have like normal skin and I don't mind a matte look, but it was hideous. It was just straight up hideous on me. So I am like gonna wait for some reviews on this, and I'm still annoyed that they discontinued that product that I really, really liked. This next indie collection from Kaleidos, it's a winter collection with some lip vaults. You know, these look pretty, but I don't wanna buy a set of liquid lipsticks. I just don't. I feel like Kaleidos comes out with a lot of lip products, and they used to come out with eyeshadow palettes more often, but I feel like they don't release palettes as much, which I get it. I like that they're changing things up. We can only own so many eyeshadow palettes, but I don't know. For me, a set of liquid lipsticks, even though the colors look pretty and people have said that this formula is really nice, I don't want to buy a set of liquid lipsticks. I just don't. Like maybe I just buy one. I'm not sure if these are sold individually, but they were advertised as vaults. So to me, that makes me think that you have to buy the whole set, which I'm not into. Okay, another product from Tarte that everybody in the comments on the Trend Mood one was saying they were duping Charlotte Tilbury is their new skin filter, which is $30. And I admit that this does seem like that Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter thing that e.l.f. duped and now Tarte is duping. I mean, I'm okay with that for something like this, it's okay to have options, you know, and the Tarte one is $30, so it's still less than the Charlotte Tilbury. Personally, I love the e.l.f. one, so I'm sticking with that. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter is amazing, like one of the best products ever. So I am all about that. I think it's fine that Tarte is coming out with their own version. It's still cheaper than the Charlotte Tilbury. Who knows? Maybe it's even better. I don't know. I don't need to buy it, but I'm sure that some people would. And again, it is cheaper than the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, next up, I love Rare Beauty and I want to try more from the brand. But this eye brightener, this is just not for me because what do they, I don't remember how much it is, like 20 something dollars. This is advertised as an under eye brightener, but it's sheer. To me, this just sounds like a very light coverage concealer, maybe like the YSL Touche Éclat, which I once owned. And I don't know, personally, I would just rather have a medium coverage concealer on my under eyes. I'm not into this actually. Okay, Too Faced, the Pinker Times Blush Collection. I admit some of these colors look nice, but Too Faced is a brand I lost interest in like a million years ago. $29, I don't know, some pink blushes, they're cute. I don't need to buy them. Okay, this next collection, I hate this so much. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be mean here. The Essence Positive Vibes Only. Okay, first of all, this whole like toxic positivity thing, that's what the vibes of this is. I don't know, I kind of hate that whole like, oh, let's only be positive. I don't know, I'm getting way too deep into this, but positive vibes to me is really more negative vibes. It's okay to have criticism of something. I don't know, there's a difference between being negative and being critical. So I hate the whole positive vibes thing. Second of all, this collection's hideous. I'm sorry, this is so ugly. That checkered print thing, I don't know. The whole thing is absolutely hideous. I would not buy this. There are products from Essence that I absolutely love, but this collection is not it, and it's kind of ugly. Okay, I'm being kind of mean in this video, but again, I'm just not interested in buying these products. And the next one is this Dior collection, this like animal print thing. I don't know why, but to me, this looks super cheap. This looks like someone tried to knock off Dior makeup and that this is like a fake. I don't know, it just looks really cheap. I'm not into this. Okay, next up, LC Cosmetics. I forgot that brand was around. I have not heard about them in so long, but they have a holiday palette coming out that is all shimmers. Actually, this does look pretty, but these colors are like, you know, some champagnes and some golds, which I think we all have. LC is kind of an expensive brand. I tried one thing from them. I had a highlighter that it was nice, but it was only okay. I eventually decluttered it. So I don't know, it's kind of an expensive brand for what it is. So I'm not into that. Okay, Givenchy, they're coming out with corrector, palette, concealer, a lip balm. I don't know, this just doesn't look that interesting to me. They have these powders where it's like multiple shades of loose powder in one container. The practicality of that to me is a little bit off. I would understand doing like a pressed powder with different quadrants of colors, but I don't know, different colors of loose powders in one container. It doesn't make sense. So I'm good. Okay, Pat McGrath. I love Pat McGrath and I love Star Wars so much, but this collection is just, I'm not that into it. I do think some of the smaller palettes look cute. The packaging is amazing, absolutely, but I'm not gonna buy crazy expensive makeup just for the packaging. Like, I'll just drink out of my Star Wars mug, I'm good, or I'll go watch the old Star Wars movies, which I did recently. On my flight last month when we went out of town, we had super long flights to Dubai and I watched old Star Wars movies. It was awesome. And then I slept, but that's the only thing I watched on the in-flight movies were old Star Wars movies, which was awesome. They had all of them. They had all the Star Wars movies and a few like other Star Wars related things. Anyway, I digress. And then also the larger palette is the Midnight Sun, which she already has, and she's having a 35% off sale. I think it's still going on, last I checked. So you can actually buy the Midnight Sun palette for 35% off, or you could buy it for more in Star Wars packaging. I'm not into that. So no thanks. Okay, this next thing, I admit, the Rare Beauty highlighters. These look really, really nice, but I just keep telling myself I don't need more highlighters. I love powder highlighter, I do, and I wear it every day, but a lot of them look the same on the face. So I'm trying hard not to buy this, even though everyone is saying they're really, really fantastic. Okay, and then last up, I actually think this looks very nice. The Colourpop, what is it called? The Pretty Please collection. I swear they already had a collection called the Pretty Please like a few years ago. Am I making that up? I don't know. Let me know. To me, that sounds like that existed already. I do actually think this is pretty. It's like mauves, purples, which I love. Obviously, I'm wearing purple eyeshadow today. But I just feel like, I don't know, I have enough Colourpop right now. However, on a side note, the one thing that I don't think I'm anti-hauling is that larger palette that they came out with the dark green and the teals and the more ethereal shades. That one looks good. So personally, I would rather buy that. I do think the Pretty Please collection is pretty. I love mauve tones, but I just feel like they've done this already, so that confused me a little bit. But that is it for this anti-haul. I realize I was a little mean in parts of this, but it's makeup. I'm insulting makeup, which is an inanimate object, so it's okay. Just my opinions, of course, as usual. Let us know what you think. Are you buying any of these? Are you also anti-hauling them? Like I said, daily videos in December. Check out the Geekmas playlist if you missed any. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.